Good morning, Mr. Goswami. Please
Yeah,
start your presentation.
yes. Thank you, Tech Forum, Vilas Rabdeji, and everyone at Pune Ham. This is my second presentation with you, and really sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. It's rainy and a foggy morning in Delhi, and still, we are wearing sweaters, woolens. It's very cold. Thank you, and it was also raining. So today the Tech Forum's 71st Tech Talk. The topic that I've been given is lightning protection safety for a ham radio shack or a basic telecom equipment that you might be having in your club or even in your home, wherever you are there. So just go through the basic, why should we put a lightning protection, system there? There are many questions people ask themselves, and people ask a lot of other people. So I hope it's visible, right? My screen.
Yes, yes, very much. Go ahead.
All
But you
right, sir.
can,
All
but
right.
but you can make it full screen. It is not possible. I think it is a Gmail.
Okay. Should I make it a full screen? Okay, that's what you were asking me. Just hold on. It was a full screen. Yes. Okay. All right. Now, lightning protection. Actually, regulatory laws and approvals in many countries, they stipulate that, whenever you are putting a UHF antenna, whenever you have telecom equipments, even on an amateur level, forget, professional or, bodies having these kind of antennas and communication equipments. But even on an amateur level, in the US and Canada, it is mandatory to put lightning protection systems. And it comes as part and parcel with the license. But in India, I guess it's a little more flexible. We don't have such kind of mandatory laws, but it is always required. Building structures, where so lightning can come anywhere. Yeah, really, there's wherever there is rain, wherever there is even without rains in places like Dubai, you have a lot of telecom equipments, and they have thunderstorms and they have lightning due to sandstorm. You can check Google, you can see thousands and thousands of pictures, and you can see pictures and videos. And it's a myth that only tall structures need protection. Actually, lightning can strike even smaller villas, and it can even hit, any kind of conductive path, which can be an antenna. This is where the danger is. So, any place which has a significant number of humans or an expensive machinery, and that's where your ham equipment comes, expensive in data centers. We work with a lot of radar, telecom, airports, radar stations. We work with where they put lightning protection systems, the most expensive ones, and solar panels, historical heritage, anything which is flammable. In fact, any kind of electronics actually is flammable. So if you are buying an equipment and a seller is saying that, no, this is fireproof. Please don't get sucked into that. Uh, Electronics is always flammable because whenever there is a short circuit, the temperature goes up, and it can catch fire. What if I don't put any lighting? And whenever you have such kind of incidents and insurance surveyors come and they calculate the damage calculation, you get negative points if there is no lightning protection systems is proven to be installed. So the risk is yours. And as we say, God bless you. It's up to you whether you want to take the risk. You can, there are many people who say that, well, nobody else is putting, so why should I put a lightning protection system? Well, it is an engineering solution. There is engineering solution available in the world. And Europe and America and Canada, they've done billions of dollars of R&D, and they have come up with equipment. They have come up with solutions to keep your assets safe. And lightning is one of the world's biggest reason of destruction. Actually, not only destruction but also killing. Uh, as far as third party projects are concerned, contractors, well, there is a lost revenue if you have a club, or if you have it's a institution or a company, due to lightning, damage burden or lost revenue. Remember, it's going to be yours. It's going to be the owner's lost revenue in case of a lightning strike. The consultant or a contractor is not going to come and share your loss. So, okay, sir. Okay, thank you, IEI, PLC, Tech Forums, Tech Talk. So, this is my second presentation on lightning protection systems. And specifically today, we'll talk about Radio Shack and telecom equipment. And this is, sorry for starting a bit late, but now we can start. Why exactly a lightning protection system is required? It is always required for wherever there is a lot of human beings, wherever there is a lot of a lot of expensive telecom equipment, especially like ham, wherever there is antenna, wherever there is UHF antenna, radars, expensive machinery, data centers, solar panels. Lightning protection is needed because lightning is a juicy target for such kind of electronic equipment, and they burn up. So there is no equipment or which is available for no such equipment that is capable of handling lightning. So insurance surveyor, if you are you putting a claim for lightning damages, they will give you negative point if there is no lightning protection system is involved. In US, Canada, I am told that even for amateur radio, they are making it mandatory for having lightning protection systems. But in India, I think we are more flexible. There is no such mandatory laws. I would request Pune Hams and other people to come out with such kind of laws, making people aware that it is required to protect not only your cells but also your equipment. A very common question is nobody else is putting, so why should I put? Well, it is an engineering solution, and US and Europe, they have spent billions of dollars and euros in R&D on engineering solutions for lightning protection and surge protection safety. Safety of life and assets is of the highest consideration. Lightning is one of the world's biggest reason of destruction of assets, as well as of human life. So please do not if a person is talking like that, do not copy an idiot. So as far as contracting projects are concerned, please remember that a consultant or a contractor for a project will not come and share your revenue loss. So in case there is a lightning damage and you have a loss of revenue, or there is a damage to your equipment, nobody else is going to share your revenue. It's only you. It's also considered a bad omen in India, as gods are unhappy. We say Indra Devta is the god of thunder and lightning, is not happy with you. So one of our favorite quotes is that quality is expensive, but safety is priceless. So kindly always remember that. Now, you can Google and you can see there are millions on photographs and videos of lightning striking, a telecom setup, a antenna, and radio, this shack. So there's nothing constraining these, waves when they come and hit and get inside your system equipments and burn up. There is no such equipment, available in the world which can withstand the electric waves that is produced by lightning current. So this all kind of frequency waves, they occur all up and down the spectrum. The frequencies that your radio is tuning in, radio transmission, it creates a small spark, like a tiny, actually it is a tiny burst of lightning kind of a thing. And this transmitter, always they get affected by open air, because they are in the open air, and they get affected by lightning, and they are the prime and the juicy targets. So, lightning and nature is not very polite. The electromagnetic waves that are produced, they create a spectrum of dangerous waves which will interfere, and in worst cases it will even burn up your entire radio shack. You will have damages. Not only just interference is a is the most positive part of the whole system. The other end of this disruption is destruction. So there is interference to destruction. This is where we are most concerned with, the destruction part. So a real storm actually has a continual bursts of lightning. Is a continuous burst. Some are visible, some are not visible, and this static will interfere with your transmissions, and you will find that you are unable to have a good communication. Wherever you are setting up your radio shack, your antenna for the local communication, especially emergency communications, which are called ecom. um, Ham radio has been a pioneer and has been a stellar performer, where natural disasters are there. Even NDMA, I'm told in one of the forums where I was attending, that National Disaster Management Authority has utilized amateur ham radio people for transmission of emergency messages between a affected area and a control center, because all other telecom equipments and telecom ways are all down, are nothing works, only the ham radio was doing the work. But the downside, of course, is that UHF and the VHF monopole antennas itself can get affected by a lightning strike, or even in nature's problem, like even an earthquake. It happened in Iran, I think some 6 months back, where there was a control center set up with a engineers and medical staff, and the earthquake, which was around 2 kilometers away, the affected zone. Suddenly there was an earthquake even on the zone where the whole setup was there, and the whole setup went down with the loss of personnel. So nature is very, very cruel. So what am I looking at? What am I at the risk of? We are endangered by surges that lightning creates in a wider area with transient over voltages. So if you are saved from a lightning direct strike, you will still have to take care of the transient over voltages, which will enter your system and it will create havoc. How does a lightning surge enter my amateur radio station? Well, any kind of connection that you have with outside world, through a cable, through a conductor, which can carry this kind of waves or current. That's telephone line, power line, feed line of our antenna, control cable, switch. Even from the ground, it happens. Right? So we must keep in mind that in good lightning protection, the connection to the station with outside world must be protected. So anything that enters our shack does not necessarily brings anything bad, but most of the time it is not enough just to put a rod or a lightning protection system on an antenna box. Sometimes it's even shown that you have to disconnect your system and unplug during a storm. Well, that's the safest way. Whenever you see there is a storm coming, you must. But many times you are not able to do that. You are in the middle of something very important, and you are not able to unplug, and you need to continue, and that's where the risk multiplies. So we can talk about a alternative system, but the lightning can be actually being attracted and carried by a safer side path. So that's where a lightning protection system, lightning arrestor comes. Most of you guys are using this coaxial, the cable which is called the lightning arrestor. But here I would like to show you something an alternate as well. Okay, so this is a very beautiful photograph of lightning over a very wide zone, possibly around 50, 60 kilometers, maybe, or even more. You can see it originates from one area but distributes the entire, the channel and the spectrum of the lightning happens over a area of 50 to 60 kilometers. So anything and any telecom equipment and any sensitive electronics in these regions will certainly get disrupted, and many of them will even get burnt up. So there is really no escape for this. What are the components available? Here's simple. This is what most people are using. So these are the gas discharge tubes called GDT, and they contain inert gas, and there are two plates in which there is a small inert gas which is filled up, and this acts as a in a path which does not allow the lightning to travel further. So these are used mostly in the UHF female to the 1 gigahertz. There are many wave levels which are mentioned. This kind of radio ham gear is part of a radio ham gear which many people are using. So I just went online and I tried to see what does Amazon provide us for ham people and radio. So here's something from, I'm sharing you a screen from Amazon India. It's anybody can go online and check this. So this coaxial lightning arrestor PL259 model, this is a socket, and they are available at 4,848. They are saying the MRP is 6,500. So this kind of things are available, and many of you are maybe using it. There's one more I can show you. This one is called XRDS-RF. These brands mostly these are US made or Canadian made. XRDS for two-way radio based antennas. So but please understand, this is inside your shack, right? This is inside your shack. I am also talking about an alternate way whereby we can arrest the lightning protection system right at the at the external base where your antenna is. So we do not allow the lightning to actually even come inside your radio shack system, your equipment. So this is what is available there on Amazon or any kind of things that people must be using. So I just wanted to show you that what we can do when we are doing a lightning protection system. There is of course the direct strike protection. It is on the top of the pyramid. The top of the pyramid means it is the external, which is available outside. There is a surge protection system, which is used inside a building or used inside your office area where your telecom equipment, servers, your shack is there. And finally, there is the earthing and the bonding, which is very, very important. All such kind of safety equipments have to be given a proper earthing. So the proper earthing and bonding is very much critical. So what I wanted to show you was that yes, this one. You see, lightning arrestor itself, the ones which you are showing, is it does not actually stop lightning. You cannot stop lightning. Okay, there's no such equipment in the world which will say that we can stop lightning. No, what it does is it limits, mitigates the electrical charge, but diverts is more the accurate term, as it gives lightning a safe route to travel other than through your important electrical device. So what you do is you give it an alternative route. So this is what I'm trying to propose to Pune Ham and to Bilasji and all you people, Tech Forum people, that you must, not only use those coaxial, things which are marketed as lightning arresters. That is different. That is inside your system. But what I'm trying to say is at the terrace level, at the roof level, where your antennas are there, provide a lightning protection rod or a system which will give it a separate path, a different path. Now, this path can be a copper cable, it can be a GI, it can even be a GI strip, which is earthed into the ground, so that the lightning gets a path, which is it is a divert. You are diverting the system, and this is a more safer way rather than using your GDT, coaxial thing. Now, the world is divided into such kind of technologies, and there are always R&D professors who are people who have much more knowledge than me, who will keep saying that no, those GDT, those ones are the most safest part. But to my mind, as to a very simple proposition, that if we do not allow the lightning wave current to come even anywhere near our radio shack, it is a more safer system. So this is the alternative that I am trying to say. And on the left hand side, you can see a missile like thing. This is an early streamer lightning protection system. This was invented in Europe by the French. So France still leads a lot of this thing. This is called a Eurostar, and we are actively marketing it across Asia in many countries, and we are doing a lot of lightning protection systems for not only electronics, but we are also doing a lot of lightning protection systems for a lot of commercial and residential dwellings which are getting hit by lightning. So now I'll come back a few slides. Yeah, I will come back here and I'll start with not protecting your electronics is actually very unsmart way of connecting to the rest of the world. So the smart way is, and the new age engineering is, that you must have a lightning protection, surge protection system. A lot of things are available online. You can see that why lightning protection. You have to basically, you cannot control the lightning. You can only mitigate, give it a safer alternative path to pass by into the earth. So that the earthing part is very, very critical. Using of surge protection devices also helps. SPD class 1 is where you have lightning protection systems are already provided. There is class 2 surge protection systems as well, where lightning protection systems are not provided. This you can see is a where the power supply lines are all connected to the earth, and they have surge protection devices from the signal lines as well as the antennas. The body of the antenna must be given a body earthing. Here you can see a typical installation of lightning protection system on a concrete flat roof. On a flat roof, it's very much possible that you have a lot of interconnected wires where you can put lightning protection systems, and you can put a lot of connectors. It can be a copper rod, it can be stainless steel rod is even better, because SS is very physically, it does not corrode. Copper will corrode in the outside world. And sorry, and all of the structures needs to be interconnected. Equipotential bonding has to be there, and there has to be earthing. So that's the basic underlying thing. Then there is IEC 62305 talks about the mesh size, where what kind of class of lighting, as per the risk analysis, as per the your geographical area, or your safety risk that you want to take care. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. The mesh sizes depends on that. For a hilly area like Pune, I would say that you must go for at least class 2, if not class 1, kind of a protection, whereby on your terrace you can have a network of 10 by 10 meters structures, which will all need to be earth. But this is only possible for a flat roof. Please understand. For a roof which really does not have too many, because your strips, GI strips, if you are using, it has to go over each and every equipment that you are putting on install. Sometimes it is not possible. Sometimes you have antennas, you cannot have a strip going over an antenna. No, that's not possible. So this is where other types of lightning protection systems come into play, where the strips are not possible there. Uh, a lot of lightning, happens. You know, just 1 second. If I can play this video. So these are some. eh, So you can see even lightning is even striking the ground. There was one, shot where lightning was even. I don't know why am I not able to play it. Yes. All right. We'll go through that. Okay, this is a poster from National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA, of the government of India. And what they say is that what you should do when there are lightning strikes. Of course, you must, safest ways to shut off your ham radio equipment, and just stay safe. But many times during emergency communications, or during even for military applications, they are not able to shut down their antennas and their systems. So what they say, NDMA says that when you are indoors, unplug all your electrical equipment before the storm arrives. I wish people knew when the storm arrives. Yes, you can see, but not all people can, be aware of that. Don't use corded telephones. Stay away from the window, doors of the. Stay away from verandas. Do not touch plumbing or metal pipes, because they are the conductors. Do not use running waters. Even running water can carry this. Don't take shelters near or under trees, because the lightning can even strike a tree which is wet, and there have been many such fatalities have happened, of people taking shelter under trees and getting completely burned along with the tree. Spread out. Don't stand in a crowd. So to minimize, in case there is a fatalities, in case there is a lightning strike, get inside a home, get inside a structure with tin roof, away from structures with tin roofs and metal sheeting. RCC concrete is the best. Do not use metallic objects. Do not touch metallic objects. Stay away from power telephone lines, of course. That's where your radio and ham equipment comes. Get out of water, pools, lakes, small boats, water bodies. Always advisable. If caught under open sky, crouch. Crouch. You have to crouch. You know what we say in Hindi. Murga banna. You have to be. We showed it in a to in a one forum, and many people started laughing. So I said, no, no, please don't laugh. This is what we used to do in the school, Murga Banna. That actually is a very safe way of, minimizing your contact with the ground, and actually will save your life in case there is a direct lightning strike nearby or even on you. So Murga Banna is not you crouch on your both legs and you sit, and don't place your hands on the ground. No, just your legs should be there. If you're wearing boots, you are even safer. But just be there, and if you can get inside a car or a bus or a covered vehicle. So that's what NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, advocates. Okay, now there are various types of, like I was telling you, that we need to provide an alternative path to the lightning on the top of the structure where you have your UHF antenna, where you have your exposed, telecommunication equipments. You can the cheapest available materials are these copper rods, which are available, and the copper rods are available at 4,000 or 5,000 rupees in the market. But they will burn up, they will corrode, so you need to keep on changing it after maybe 3 years, 4 years, depending on the amount of rainfall that is there in your geography, in your area. But it's the cheapest and you can always use it again. Now, this one video was viral of New York's One World Trade Center building, which is right now the US tallest building. Having a lightning strike on the top of it. And actually, they have a network of lightning protection systems on very top building, on very tall towers, which, so what on the right part, you can see that there is a lightning protection system. These are imported from Europe. The ones we associate ourselves with is called Eurostar. This is made of stainless steel and aluminum alloy, and it's not much heavy. I can show you one system here right away. This is a lighting protection system. It's called, it follows the early streamer emission path. And this lighting protection system has a very pointed, rod, which is capable of producing an upward streamer, and it's capable of arresting the lightning and bringing the lightning on this body. And it has got a unique patented design of this 6 rods extra, which I will take on a different separate forum. It will take a little more time to explain how this is different from a single rod technology. So this lightning protection systems come from Europe. They are expensive, but they are very highly recommended for expensive lightning protection systems, because I know even some of the radio shacks that you guys are using, they cost up to 5 lakhs or even sometimes 10 lakhs. So this is much more this is what is required for those expensive equipments, lightning, but you have to install it on the over a pole and give a separate path, which can be a copper, cable, which can be a strip for the earthing to happen. And you can see one of the photographs on an earthing pit where you have used a cable. This is a 70 square single core flexible copper cable. You can use any brand, any good brand. It is inserted into a rod. This earthing rods are, 3 meters long, and this one small, this is a copper 250 micron. It is plated, and it is completely, it's a single piece. So even the joints, where they are MIG welded, even they are also 250 micron copper bonded. So this is one single piece. This is 3 meters long into the ground, as you can see, and you have to attach your copper or your GI strips into this so that the lightning gets a. These systems are basically lifelong systems. These will not get corroded. These do not need changing. These do not need this is a one time investment basically. So if you go for the cheaper systems, you have to change it again and again. You have to keep checking it. But these are install and forget. You don't need to check it again and again, because they're very very durable and they have a very long life. So these are some of the, and of course you have to use instead of salt and charcoal, there are many earthing chemicals available. So backfill chemicals you can use from your local dealers. We also use certain kind of chemicals which are substitute for salt and charcoal, so that the resistivity of the earthquake is brought down, and therefore the lightning surge will always prefer that path to get inside earth, right, instead of going here and there. So that's the job of the earthquake, is to provide in the end termination, so that it is going inside through the current, through this conductor. It goes inside, the lightning is safely traveled, and it goes inside the earth. That's the job of these guys. So this is what will keep you safe. So thank you, stay safe, and take lightning seriously. That is all I can say. And I can also say that Pune Hams people and Tech Forum, please, if you have photographs and incidents, lightning incidents that has happened in your nearby, please share it with me. Please share it with the group. Send it to Vilas ji or Makarand ji. So if you have noticed it, we can actually we would like to know, record such kind of incidents and use it in many other forums to make people aware that such kind of incidents have happened, and this kind of damages have happened. So please record such kind of damages, and take lightning seriously. I hope you stay safe, and once again a lot of thanks to all people who have joined in on a Sunday morning. Thank you so much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. It was very nice presentation. Now I can ask members to ask any questions you have got, anything to say about. You can unmute yourself and then can start talking.
Okay.
Or otherwise, I will ask one thing you can add about the Ram Mandir, because such structure is not only religious structure, but these structures are very susceptible for the natural disasters like earthquake, like lightning. So
Yes,
can
sir.
you elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. This current, lightning, the Ram Mandir that has been, inaugurated at Ayodhya. It has a, a lightning protection system that the engineering department took care, because what they are saying is that this structure should survive for, at least 1,500 to 2,000 years. So this is not a structure that is meant for 50 years or 100 years, 200 years. So all kind of calculations have been made, and our old Vedic knowledge actually took care of all such kind of calculations against natural disasters, whether it's an earthquake, whether it's floods, or whether it's lightning. So what I'm told is that one of our fellow persons in this field, he has installed lightning protection rods on the Ram Mandir, which has been tested for 200 kiloamperes in Spain. I'm told they tested at a laboratory in Europe, which is good, because in India we do not have such laboratories which can test such high kiloamperes rating. So they have tested it, they have installed it. Only problem, I think, what I came to know from a source is that the Mahant in the temple committee wants the Kalash to be visible, unhindered. So there should not be any rod above the kalash, on the top of the mandir, and the dhwaj has to be there. The flag has to be there. So I think they're still debating, but the lightning protection system is there in the Ram Mandir. But maybe it is modified a little bit to inside the kalash, maybe, or maybe they are trying to put it on the along with the flagpole. Yes, it is possible. The lightning protection rod can be used as a flagpole. You can put the bhagwa flag, or the flag of the mandir that the Ram Mandir Trust is using. You can put it on the lightning protection rod. There's no such problem with that. So it will serve as a dual purpose. So I think they're still debating it, because a lot of mandir parisar construction is still going on. It's not yet completely. It's not complete yet.
Sir, they said it is up to 100 kiloampere we can test in India, but beyond 100 kiloampere, the
No, sir.
laboratory.
No, sir. No, sir. Not 100 kiloampere. Abhi 70, 40 kilo. CPRI Bangalore had a direct injector which was 40 kiloamperes. Then they had a proposal to go for 100 kiloamperes.
Okay.
But unfortunately, in the bureaucracy files, it got shot down because it costs a lot of money. And it was subsequently upgraded from 40 kiloamperes to 70 kiloamperes.
Sir, and
So
there is one more thing happening in the net, on the internet, Google, that the various units people are using, like joules, M joules, I mean to say,
yes.
and etc. And then I think the lightning is a phenomena of the voltage, na? Is the voltage and
Yes, yes. You can express, you see, it's an equation. You can express it in various parameters. Joules is only one of the parameters. You can, the more popular ones is mentioned, lightning is measured in kiloamperes. Right? So that is the more popular ones, but
Yeah.
joules can also be used for expressing the intensity of lightning. So it is perfectly okay. We can measure, and there are various things that are happening.
Sir, you have actually explained.
May I come in, please? Vilas Sudhir here. Vilas,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
may I come in? This question is for Mr. Goswami.
Yes, sir.
Our radio sets, that is what I'm talking about, ham radio sets,
Yes, sir.
have a built-in impedance of about 50 ohms.
Okay.
And lightning is somewhere 25 kilo per 1000 volts. Now, no matter what side path you may give for the lightning to travel, part of it will definitely go through the radio. And the radio sensitivity is about 0.02 microvolts. Now, no matter what you give as a side path, some amount is bound to flow through the radio and destroy it completely. So, no lightning protection can help.
Yes. Your question is well understood, sir. GDT, or gas discharge tube type of lightning protection surge protector, which are used mainly, which is what I showed you. This is what you are using. This is what will, there is an outer sheath and there is inner sheath. This is what will protect the lightning waves from coming inside your radio. Now, of course, they have ratings. So depending on the type of, the geographical area that you have, supposing if you are there in a very, very heavy lightning rainfall zones, which are typically anything above 2000 meters sea level, anything above 2000 meters sea level starts in the danger zone of lightning protection system. So any area or city which is below 2000, 2000 is of course very high actually. I should say 1000 meter. I'm sorry, 1000 meter. Anything above 1000 meter sea level, can get affected by lightning. So this is what is basically popularly used, the UHF lightning arrestor, that you can see, everywhere people are using it. This is what provides protection to your system once the surge, little bit of it, what you're trying to say, sir, little bit of it comes inside your system. But what I was trying to propose you is that also give it a side path, a diversion, for a safe route for it to travel. And if you're using a copper cable, you can see in the earthing part where you're using a insulated copper cable. It can be polycab, it can be KEI, it can be Havels, anything, any ISI marked single core insulated copper cable. This the insulation part is enough to contain the lightning inside and not make it spread outside. So you need to use a lot of protective equipments. I hope I was able to answer some part of your question, sir.
Is it required a ST cable, high tension cable?
No, this is an earthing cable. This is an earthing cable. This has to be single core 70 square mm. It is better that we use a 70 square mm single core copper cable. This is commonly found with the polycab, AEI, Gloucester, Havels. There are a lot of brands.
Can you put some light on the laws and the standards requirements for the achieving the safety in the modern complexes?
Okay, the modern complexes or a building, you can see a few photographs here. Some of the building tall towers. This is in Noida. On the extreme right, you can see this is actually lightning protection. It was just being installed. It was not yet even completed. This is in Noida, and it's on a high-rise building. As you can see, it's something around 60 meters tall building. The laws that India has now, adopted is straight from a European thing called IEC 62305, which stipulates the use of the conventional system, lightning protection system, which will involve a lot of you can use steel rods, you can use aluminum rods, lightning protection system. But that requires a lot of network, right? That it requires a lot, you need to use a, you can see here, you need to use multiple rods on a building, all four corners.
As you said about the mesh also.
Yes, the mesh also. I can show you a small, diagram here.
Yeah,
you can see equipotential system mesh. The air termination device, the rod is just a collecting device, right? What the collector does is collects, and then it distributes the lightnings, the charge into the mesh, right? And the entire mesh has to be there on on the terrace. So it can be 5 by 5, it can be 10 by 10, depends on class 1, class 2, whatever you're proposing to do. And all of them will terminate into earthing. So this is a huge requirement. And I can confidently tell you 80% projects are not happy using these kind of things. Nobody wants to cover a building. We have in Delhi NCR, in Mumbai also. I've seen in Bangalore also a lot of glass facades, buildings which are using glass facades. No architect is happy when the engineering team goes there and tells them that, sir, you have to put a mesh, pura Faraday cage lagana padega. Architect just throws out such kind of. He said it will completely destroy the beauty of the building. Why have we put glass facade? It is for a beautiful look from outside. You cannot put in a glass, in a shield. So come up with something alternate. So this is the problem. You have to provide, the law says, the law says that you have to provide Faraday cage, एयर टर्मिनेशन कंप्लीटली टेरेस में एंड पूरा डाउन कंडक्टर के साथ पूरा उसको केज बना दो, but no architect or project people are happy with it. They said no, this is not. So come up with something alternate. So what is the alternate? This is what I'm trying to tell you. The alternative is, one alternative is that what most people are doing, most people are just taking in the corners one this corner, one that corner, putting a down conductor and putting it on earthing. As you can see, an earth pit has been made, and that's it. Now this is halfway measure. This is halfway. This is neither here, neither here, nowhere. So this actually is not desirable. So what you need to do actually is then use a lightning strike protection system called ESE, early streamer emission. These systems actually provide a huge area, 70 meters protection. Just one system like this system. This is, you can see in the photographs, it's put on a tall pole of 3 meters or 4 meters. This actually, removes the need for having mesh, lot of mesh on the terrace. You don't need to put mesh when you put the system. And up to 70 meters, only one pole and one system is required. And it requires only 2 earth pits. That's it. So this is a more simpler, this is manufactured in Europe. This belongs to a brand called Eurostar. And there is a, serial number mentioned here. What the manufacturer gives is a warranty card that mentions the serial number, so that it's completely, they are synchronized with the model that you're using, and it's a 15-year warranty. Right.
Sir,
So,
thank you very much. It is already 11:03.
Thank you.
So I wish to conclude the meeting. I thank all the members who were present. There were 14 members,
Time up.
and also Mr. Goswami for his nice and informative presentation. I wish you nice Sunday. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, sir. Bye-bye.